Oh, fuck it. Starts a little late.
It's the remix.
That's what's up. I feel threatened.
Oh no! Someone peed in my pants!
Just gave you a little something extra there, Dave.
Okay.
Did you like that? That was for you, buddy.
Fine with that.
Your skinny little head. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House, the only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems. And I believe this weekend, helping you figure out what you're drinking, Dave. Is that what your deli is?
That's right.
I don't even know what it is.
Should I say?
Well, I think I know if it's what you showed us.
Yeah.
Sweet. Then I'm actually kind of excited about this deli.
Yeah, I brought 6 of them.
Well, there's 3, right?
Yeah.
Of each plate. Yeah. Oh, boy. This is going to be super exciting and sugarific.
We should start it at 30 minutes so the back half is even better.
I'm not opposed to it, but tonight's an exciting night. It's the great return from the pirate. The pirate's back. I believe it's actually the audio dreamboat.
Oh,
Off the boat.
I enjoyed listening to you guys. You guys did. I was impressed because I saw it come across and I was like, hour 45. What are they giving out free content over here?
Unfortunately, it got away from us a little bit.
And then I was like, oh, sweet. Adam showed up and really helped out.
No.
And then I just saw the old 2-man weave and I was like, that's impressive. And I don't know if you did any editing. I couldn't pick up on it, but
There was no editing. No editing
pauses?
at all. No.
Nice. Y'all did a great job.
No, we held our pee. In fact, the only reason that ended, I think, was pee related.
Yeah, I do remember one of you were like, I'm about to pee.
Yeah, it got...
But to clear up the question, I should have taken notes because Dave had a bunch of questions, but I did go off the rails with my diet and ate like a fiend.
Good for you.
So that was awesome.
Good for you. What was the best meal you had on your cruise while off the rails?
Ice cream.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely every night.
Isn't ice cream the best?
They had a chocolate melting cake, which was amazing. And then lobster was probably the best.
I am not into the lobster.
Were you eating after 8:30?
Oh, I was telling Brendan before you got over here, like, buffet opens at 11:30. Hell yeah! Like, dude, I get up, I eat breakfast, I eat lunch. We'd be walking. They had a guy.
11:30 p.m.
Yeah,
it would reopen.
Yeah, dude, there's just food on a cruise ship nonstop.
Oh, I know. But when
So,
you said
like-
11:30, I was like, buffets usually open like early for breakfast. So you're talking they do a late night buffet.
Yeah, late night snack. There's a guy's burger joint on there that's free. That's part of the cruise. And like, I'd be walking from one side of the ship to the other, and I'd be like, oh, there's no line. I'm just gonna grab a burger while I'm walking. It was so awesome.
So the guys was included in the price?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's like the best.
Yeah. And then my boys ate. I mean, like every night we sat down for dinner, they were like, what's the craziest shit on the menu? And I'm getting it. Like they just were like.
So if it was like we got burgers, chicken tenders, and coco van, they'd be like coco van.
Yes, 100%.
Good
They
for them.
They ate escargot, frog legs, lobster, calamari, which a lot of this stuff they'd had, but like they just were like anything that lamb, like whatever, duck egg rolls, like whatever they hadn't had before, they're like, we're going for that.
I respect that.
They are more adventurous than I am, for sure.
I find that people who don't eat like that they'll never expand. And for kids to eat like that, it's an anomaly these days. Because you see grown adults that never got out of the chicken tender phase.
Yeah, for sure.
All the time. You go out and be like, oh, the chicken tenders. You're like, you motherfucker.
Chicken tenders are delicious.
They are delicious.
They are.
And I'm not complaining. I got some spicy chicken tenders last weekend. And I was like, this is fire. Like, I'm having a good time.
But it's kind of a pet peeve of mine when like you go out of town or go somewhere you're not and you're like, let's hit up the TGI Fridays. It's like, dude, like
Right.
find the local fare. Like even if it's not as good, like you've tried something.
Always.
Like,
Whenever I'm on the
you've
road for
tried
work.
chicken tenders at the local place. Like don't
Might be the best chicken tender you ever
Exactly.
had. Because Raising Cane's taste the same everywhere.
exactly.
Which is a good chicken tender.
Yeah,
Don't-
but
don't argue.
it was awesome, man. We cruised the Bahamas, went to Freeport, Nassau, and Bimini, and that was the best island. And
Bimini?
Bimini, yeah.
Do I know Bimini, or is that one of these like
It's this
fake
tiny little
Carnival cruise?
No,
islands?
it's a tiny little island with like 1,600 people in it. It's like 40 miles off the coast of Miami, and it's just tiny little thin stretch of island, and there's a rich side and a poor side. And we got off the boat.
It's just like Miami.
And we rented golf cars and drove like 3 or 4 miles down to the end. And we
Did you stay in there?
stayed in this, hung out at this amazing beach. The water was clear as a freaking pool. Had a bunch of friends, knew a bunch of people on the cruise. Hung out with our boy Chuck.
Is that by design?
No.
Oh.
We did not. We've had some bad experiences vacationing with friends.
They didn't want to swap.
The truth is,
Yeah. That's it.
It's when you were fat.
Yeah.
Don't take it personally. Happens to me all the time.
that is the worst, you know? Like, hey, you want to swap? Ew. It's the wife who says no. Right? You're like, damn. Yeah.
We'll just Red Rover your wife.
Yeah.
No, there is something to be said. Like, if you go on a vacation with buddies, then you're obligated to eat with the buddies every
Yes.
day, go to the
Yes.
pool at the same time. It creates a lot more tension. But if you randomly show up and you see buddies,
Yeah.
then you're like, bro,
Yeah.
we'll catch up tomorrow at some
And
point.
that's exactly
and you
what
still
happened.
get to do your family thing because it was already a family cruise. And now you get to peel off for a minute and like hang out with your boy and then get back with the family. It's way more relaxed that way.
Yeah. I had a neighbor on there and their family didn't know it. We didn't really hang out with them. Hung out. I had 3 fraternity brothers and their family. They had a crew. They're all Ely's neighbors.
Nice.
Down at
Hold on, you didn't even know they were on the cruise.
Bethpage. No. I
And
was
then-
standing in line.
And then you ran into Chuck, who's famous for the pig roast.
Pig
That's the guy
roast,
that does
yeah.
pig roast every year.
Got to hang out with his wife and two of his 3 daughters. One was in college, so she wasn't there. But we had a blast with them. He's the one who actually was like, hey, man, we get this island. I did some research. Everybody's like, most of the boat was going to this resort. You could pay like $50 a person and go to this resort. He's like, and I was thinking of you, Brendan, because this is a Brendan move. He's like, or
Off the beaten path.
you rent these golf cars, you can go in the opposite direction.
Damn right.
And that's what we did. And we rented these wonky golf cars.
And that was your favorite island.
Oh, it was
That
the
was
best.
good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
We
props
ate
to Chuck.
we ate at this little, literally a seafood shack right on the beach that was selling conch and like all this great stuff. And it was
So much
it was
better.
so good.
Yeah, that's so much better. You go to the place where everyone else goes, and it's the same shit
Yep.
from the boat, basically. but over
Mustang Sally.
here. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that was, I did laugh at that because I was like, I don't know what cruise you went on. Like, I've never had that. And I've been on a bunch of cruises. Like,
Yeah, I think Dave went on the bad music.
yeah, he must have.
It was like 1999. So
That's not an excuse. Like 1999 was like one of the greatest years ever.
I didn't have 40-year-olds money back then.
Yeah.
If once the cruise is paid for, you don't need it.
Did have a bad piano bar experience, which I've never had before on a cruise.
Elaborate.
Have you ever
tell?
Yeah. What?
Have y'all been to a piano bar on a cruise?
Dueling?
No, just a piano bar.
Oh, where do just play songs?
Yeah.
You drop dollars
Yep.
in the bucket and,
And
go,
then-
hey,
yeah.
holla, play Piano Man.
And of course, that's first. Everybody, play Piano Man.
The
play
worst.
Sweet Caroline. I'm like, you unoriginal fucks.
But that's the problem.
In
It's
the back.
all
Yeah.
unoriginal fucks who come in there.
But usually, everyone I've been on, it's like my favorite part to go to, and usually the talent is there and good. And we had this Filipino girl named Christine who could play the shit out of piano, and she could sing pretty well, but like she wasn't into it. So she'd be like, "Oh, who's gonna come sing with me?" And she basically turned it into shit karaoke. And like,
Oh, no.
I'm like, I wanted to see the good singer, piano player play the cool song, and then everybody sings along and everybody's having fun. But like, this one drunk chick was like, out of nowhere, jumped the line, just screaming, "Sweet Home Alabama, Sweet Home Alabama." And I'm like, first off, that's unoriginal as fuck.
Yeah.
Secondly,
May as well yell Freebird.
so then she goes, "Well, come up here and sing." She's like, "Yeah." This girl gets up. Christine starts playing. She doesn't know the first word to "Sweet Home Alabama." I'm like, "Why are you screaming this song at the top of your lungs?" So then she sits down next to her and starts to try to play piano. She cannot play a piano.
She's just panking,
Yeah,
pang.
I'm like, this is awful. Like, then we left.
oh, you see, now you make me want to try out my new little trick. Nope.
Oh, you got the board set up differently?
Oh, I was just working on some stuff. Oh, damn it. See, I'm not.
Oh, check that out. I like it.
There you go. I can do little things.
Nice.
Did you just read the owner's manual for the first
No,
time?
you guys weren't here for a while tonight. It was like, and my wife went to bed early, so I was out here fucking around, and I was like, I wonder what all the different things on the touchscreen do. And I was going through, and I was like, yep, it's all the same shit. And I've always been scared to touch the other button. And sure enough,
I'm sure that thing does a ton of stuff we don't ask it to do.
Yeah, man, I'll
That's
tell you
the
what, that
same
dang
old-
on internet, man, you just go on
Because
there
you're not
and
in a different
click,
place,
click, click,
man.
Oh,
now I can put you in a whole different one now.
but none of them are lit.
Are they all different now?
Yeah, but like this, we could. I got all kinds of like awesome shit, dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Well, now I'm excited.
yeah. But all the ones that I'd loaded in prior.
Did you load those in or those on the board?
No, those are the standard.
We've had those for like 8 years and never touched them. That's
Well, I
insane.
removed some to put some others in.
Yeah.
But then, unfortunately, I ran into the same problem that I'd run into the first time I set up the board, which is most of my files aren't compatible.
Oh, yeah.
So I need to like edit them down to a certain megabit and all these things.
Well,
Which
and
there's
you're-
the same problem I got to last
And you're
time.
hosting, so it's hard to do both while you're.
I just didn't realize I had 4 different banks.
Yeah.
That
you
I
just
can,
thought
like,
you had
move
that
through
one
very-
nine piece.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And so I had called it to like my favorite, but now I'm kind of invigorated
to hear some
clean
new
some
sounds.
shit up.
We need
Yeah.
a cheat sheet.
Yeah.
But this is lighting up in a cheat sheet way. It is very fun.
Can you name it so it'll
These are all
prompt you?
named.
Oh, nice.
They take in the name of the.
Hit me with a new one.
Oh, do that one that says anal squirt.
anal squirt.
That's right there. Ooh.
That is the sound.
Yeah. You have that one, but that is a rim shot technically. But you want to get like extreme? These are all just like beat ass sounds.
hell they are.
Except for the one that I cannot wait to drop on Dave at the right moment.
Oh,
which I'll
man.
just leave right there.
Oh, yeah. Leave it up.
It's the only button lit up. It's
It's because it's the only
nuclear
one.
option.
It's the Dave button. I'll put it back on.
It's a
the
beautiful shade of blue.
I believe so. I believe so. Well, that's great, man.
Yeah, but
So
y'all
you
did
had a
great.
good-
Y'all did
You really
great.
think so?
I think so.
I thought it was a C
Well, yeah, great.
average.
Great.
Deli score it.
Better than average.
3?
Yeah, that was a 3 for sure.
Wow.
It's hard. Look, you and I've done a bunch of 2-man. It's the hardest.
He gave us like the Costco score. We gave so much content, you get a little bump.
It's hard, man. Y'all didn't hit homers, but y'all both sprayed singles around all day. Like,
Okay. Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I'll spray singles.
yeah,
Spray singles. It's perfectly fine with me.
yeah. I was hoping you'd have some help, but y'all did good.
Nah, we don't need help.
No,
Dave, we've been training Dave
I'm trainable.
for a while
Yeah.
now. And he's getting better. Plus his energy levels are
Yeah.
up. You know, now that his hat size is down too. Which I find hilarious because that's not a joke. Your hat size is down 2 pegs on the adjustable cap.
I'm a smaller gourd.
I did not know.
I didn't think that was
people-
possible because I don't think my head ever changes unless I get a haircut.
No, haircut matters. Absolutely. You lose the dreads, you go down a few sizes.
Exactly. Yeah.
But like this dude had so much fat on his head.
Yeah.
He's like a fucking like a waterhead. It's fucking insane, man. Like I've never seen that. Now I have heard of too much growth hormone, and then you go up the old Barry Bonds 4 hat sizes.
That's right.
Like which is
That's what I was
insane.
worried I had, but nope.
No, it just turns out that you were just carrying fat around in your head.
Yeah. Didn't have to wear a helmet. That's pretty sweet.
You do need new helmets now.
Right.
These aren't adjustable, so time for some fresh helmets.
He does wear a helmet
He has to wear a
Yeah.
helmet.
Just in the
legally.
house.
Well, he doesn't have a simian crease. I mean, he has to wear a helmet.
It's protective.
Well, it should be. Every corner in his house has those little pads on.
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Babies are there.
It's like you go over there and you're like, "Oh, you have an infant?"
We have a Dave.
You know what sucks is when you have those outlets and your wife puts the covers on them.
Yeah.
It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, you can't even get a fork in there.
Right. It's fingers.
It's tough. Well, your fingers will be thin enough to get in there soon.
Yeah.
There you go. You show her. You spike that, shock that hair up enough to go back to your regular hat size.
Do y'all remember when your kids were born and you were like baby proof and everything? You're like, holy cow, this house is a death trap. Like, it's brutal.
And there's going to be another time where we get old and then
it
go,
turns back to it.
oh my gosh, you just got to
Yeah.
start putting little pads on corners of tables. And there's nothing more scary. And I'd never seen it that way, but like fireplaces,
Oh, yeah.
as soon as you have an infant,
The
you go,
hearth.
fuck me.
Yeah.
It's just brick
Yeah.
in corners and it's all
90 degrees of
exposed.
brick.
Oh, that is so dangerous.
It's not even smooth. It's like abrasive. Like,
Yeah, it's going to scratch and
And
dent.
cut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the worst.
How many times do you like plop down the stairs or take a weird step and you almost fall and catch yourself, and then you're like, dude, in 20 years, that's a broken hip.
yeah.
Dude, my wife, when we had a newborn, fell down the stairs with the baby in her arms.
That explains a lot.
I don't know which way that goes. Like, I don't know if I'm a little offended or a lot offended. Either way, I'm offended.
Tell them what it's got to be the eldest daughter, right?
It was. That's fucked up.
I was
How
just,
did you know?
I was just saying.
He had a 50-50
We
shot
all
at
knew.
making the
We
joke.
all
play.
knew.
You don't make the mistake with your second child.
No, I think you're a lot more loosey-goosey with the second kid. You're like, whatever.
Dude, my wife fell when she was pregnant, I think with the first kid. We had that one step, and she was like, that goes from our kitchen to our living room.
Oh, he just missed
And
it.
she just like, she was stepping down, and it was early in the morning, and she like twisted her ankle and fell, and like to protect the baby, like kind of fell awkwardly and like had to get a boot on her ankle. Like
First kid, right?
No, it was the second kid.
Oh.
It was the second kid because the older kid was at 2 years old, was helping her. She couldn't bend over to put the boot on, and I'd be at
Oh,
work.
snap.
He's helping Velcro the boot on.
Yeah, no, my wife did the same thing. She sacrificed.
It's just one step.
She sacrificed the body to save
Yeah.
the kid, and like that was. And then I remember being like, "Oh, the kid's okay," and then I was like, "But what is this heap of a woman at the bottom of the stairs? Like, this is not good." But you're right. When you get older, like
That'll kill you.
that
Falls
shit's gonna
kill a
you
lot of
again.
people.
It's gonna break your hip. And
Yeah.
it's to the point now where I'm old enough where I'm like, "Why do we have stairs?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want them.
Yeah.
They're dangerous."
But I hear
That's why the first floor.
walking up steps keeps you healthier as you age.
Yes, and rolling down steps kills you.
does the opposite.
It ages you
Yeah, yeah.
quickly.
You just hear the end of the song when Mario dies. Do, 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 do.
Yeah.
Like year over, game over. Like,
It's horrible.
well, that's where like now all this new construction. They're like, we have a first floor master bedroom. Like,
Sounds great.
yeah,
Sounds
because
great. Send the young people up the stairs.
Because all the old houses, like if you had bedrooms, they were all like in my house, your house, all the bedrooms are on the upper floor.
I don't like it at all.
Yeah,
That's how I know.
It's
I'm
nice for
getting old.
security.
So I have the higher ground. I can shoot.
Well, like somebody's not going to come in through your, like somebody can't reach in your window and grab your kid off
True.
the first floor.
I
Like,
immediately go to at least I have higher ground.
Yeah.
Like in a battle.
This dude must live near Shamrock or something.
We all kind of live close to the Shamrock. But
That thought never entered my mind.
You don't listen to true crime podcasts.
it's never crossed your mind that you have the higher ground or that people come in through the window downstairs?
No.
You don't think you think people enter more second story windows or first story windows?
No, I get that. I'm just saying
Yeah.
it never entered my mind.
You live a charmed life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charmed life.
Dude, all I do is go around making sure my windows and doors are locked. Like,
Are you
I
every
wonder if
night?
it has to do with your job or have you always been that way? Because you're always looking for trouble.
I'm kind of,
You did used to be. Do you have a gun on you right now?
no, I don't carry all
But
the
I mean,
time.
you used to
I used
carry
to, yeah.
all the time. One of the first couple of times I met Troy, I knew that he was comfortable with me when he pulled his gun out and he put it on my bar. But that was also the day I became less comfortable with him, and it was an interesting moment in time. And I was like, "Oh, you have a 9mm on my bar. What's going on here?" And he's like, oh yeah, I always carry. And I was like, have you had a gun on you every time we've hung out? And you were like, yes. Why
Well.
wouldn't I? I carry a gun. And I was like, okay, but it was like I had to
Yeah.
come to grips with it. He'd gotten to the point where he was comfortable enough to put it down. And it was the first time I had to deal with the fact that I didn't have my gun.
I just know that like maybe partially my job, but more just like I think all the true crime podcasts I listen to, like a lot of bad stuff happens when bad people just go around and just check doors or windows. Like they're like, why'd you go to that house? Oh, I was just out, like, and that was unlocked. Like it's that simple. It's crimes of opportunity. It's like when you leave your briefcase sitting on your front seat or it's in the trunk. Like,
No, most crimes are crimes of opportunity.
Yeah.
If it's a crime because like I've already selected you, the door lock doesn't matter.
exactly.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You've been chosen.
yeah.
So it's too late. But even teenage kids, they're walking down the street.
Yeah.
And your car's parked out on the street and they're just popping door handles.
Yep.
They're not thinking I want to get in that car.
No.
But if the door opens and
They
the
don't
light,
even know if anything's in there.
No, but if the door opens and the light comes on and there's sunglasses,
Yep.
well, now I have new sunglasses. Yeah. It's very simple
I have
equation.
a pocket full of change.
These days, so
Yeah.
much less. I don't
Yeah, oh,
know
yeah.
what kids steal.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Zin.
Dude, my car, you get in there, and you know what's funny? When I have Zyn in my car, I lock my car. Because it's the only thing valuable in there
Yeah.
I'm worried about. Because when I buy Zyn, I buy it by the log. Mm-hmm. And I throw it in the console, and then I'm just like, ooh, I got 5 Zyn in there. It's
That's
like,
a $25 bill.
yeah, lock. And then when I get down to like 110, it's like, Carl, stay
Yeah.
locked.
I'll be good.
What are you getting at in there?
It's looking for the timer.
Oh, yeah, you see, you got to come all the way back. Oh, you see, you're fucking with my touchscreen.
You're wearing
dude.
one on your wrist.
I don't know what time we started.
He's messing with my touchscreen
We
now.
started at exactly 9:30.
You're feeling very comfortable, Dave. Very comfortable. He's
He's gonna hit the like record button and like mess the whole podcast up.
It's still counting, so life is good. Dude, I'm up here watching the Caps game. Can we get a shout out to Ovi?
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
That was great. We called it. I tell you what, though, the math didn't math in
Yeah.
the end. I believe by the end of the season it'll net out at 1.4 games. But damn it, he went on a tear right there, and he fucked up my maths. I would have gambled wrong.
Well, he had 5 goals in 2 games over like a 1 week span or 10 days.
That's what I'm saying. It happened very quickly
Yeah.
at the end. Everybody just started letting him in.
He caught I don't follow hockey a lot, but I know he caught a lot of hell because like they say he's a one-trick pony or whatever, and
a good trick.
and he scored a lot of empty net goals. But I'm like,
Everybody scores empty
Yeah.
net goals. Why am I supposed to be mad at that?
exactly.
But he did hold out on that.
The
He
last
had-
one, yeah.
He had the hat trick and he could win it on the empty net. And I don't know if this has been discussed a lot.
Has
but
he not scored one of these 4 goals tonight?
Not tonight.
Oh wow.
He's still at 895. But by the time this comes out, he'll have 896.
Yeah.
Just math.
If it math.
But actually, if it maths, he has to actually go on a bit of a cold streak, which math is math. But in that game before the game he did it, he had the 2 goals.
Yeah.
And he had the chance to do it, to break it.
And he pulled himself.
He pulled himself because he was like, I'd really rather not do it on an empty net.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him.
But it's
Like-
also a tough call because he was at home and the next game was
and it
not
would have been
gonna
a
be-
hat trick to do it. No, it's a big deal, but I think at the same
He should
time,
have stayed in.
I agree with him. Come out. I wouldn't want it on an empty net. I don't want that final, because there's going to be images forever of him breaking it, and you don't want it to be like, like just kind of pushing it in.
No, because usually empty netters are scored from like 3/4 of the way back. Like you're just slinging
It
it
still
down
doesn't
there.
have the look when he reaches back.
Oh, yeah,
he
and
puts
fires
it
that
into
slap
it.
shot in,
Good
yeah.
God, there's just something beautiful about the way the whole body looks, but it's not going to look that way in an empty net.
I thought his celebration was lame.
What else are you going to do?
I don't know.
You don't think diving onto the ice is dope?
I thought it looked kind of corny. And it wasn't like a big dive. He kind of like,
Well, he's old.
yeah.
He's old.
I like to like drop to one knee and like fist pump or something like that, or even just skate around with
A
your stick
one-knee
above
fist
your
bump
head.
would be awesome,
Yeah.
but at the same time,
Or even if he just slid across his knees with arms out, like just slid on his knees across the ice, like, yeah.
okay, imagine the
So I
celebration.
just came up with multiple celebrations that are better.
Imagine the celebration that would have come off the empty net goal.
He would have dove on his chest like a.
No, he wouldn't have. You can't celebrate that hard off an empty net goal. You just can't. You're like, I did it. And everybody comes and celebrates, and you're standing there, and they don't even have a goalie. It feels weak. I think he did the right thing. We can argue about the diving on your chest, but we certainly can't. I will refuse to argue. He just did the right thing by pulling himself.
It didn't hurt,
Didn't hurt.
but you also should just play straight up. And if that's how it works, that's how it works.
You know what would have been the best celebration?
What?
Just get off the ice.
Yeah.
Like you've been here before.
Yep.
Obviously, I have 895.
Yeah.
Come on.
I knew it.
Foregone conclusion.
And I don't believe that Gretzky's happy for him.
No.
But Gretzky has like 3 times total points.
Yeah.
So in his
I
mind,
don't
he's
give
like,
a shit.
I'm
That
way
is
better.
Such bullshit.
I could have not passed on a third of my assists and scored.
Yeah, but it's the goal scoring one is like the home run. Like that's the one people
Right.
put all
It's
the
big
weight
one.
in. Yeah.
It's the big one. My sacrifice fly shouldn't count.
Yeah.
I don't care. Assists don't count. I'm not.
It's like Ricky Henderson like stole more bases and scored more runs than anybody, but like people are like, that's cute. I mean, people are like, yeah, he's great, but
Hey, I
like,
respect Ricky.
no, I do too.
Jose gets all the love.
Yeah,
before-
exactly. Yeah,
At the time.
yeah.
Oh, Jose was awesome. Steroids. You should use some steroids. You should use HGH. Get your hat size back.
I'm kind of thinking like, kind of excited for when the old T level drops and then I can be no longer natural. Because man, I've just been watching all this social media stuff and all these 55-year-old dudes look like Arnold and they're like, oh yeah, I'm on T. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, who wouldn't?
that's just given now. That's just what we do.
That's
Oh
just-
yeah, we just handed out.
They're like, oh,
It's also a blatant lie.
if your T level's below 700, I'm like, below 700?
700 is an
700 is
extreme
good.
amount of tea. It's a lot of tea.
All those guys are on more than just testosterone, for sure. Like if they're yoked, like you're not 55 and yoked.
Testosterone is the one though. It's the most powerful thing you can be on.
Steroids would like to enter the chat.
Steroids are testosterone.
I know, but like anabolic steroids are.
But
yeah,
but I think
anyone who's doing that testosterone replacement, I mean, you're on testosterone.
Yeah,
it's steroids.
I think like the dosages, maybe that's what you're getting at, but I think the dosages of people, what they inject is pretty similar to what the prescriptions are.
But if you're doing steroids, like you're not measuring your T levels and trying to get it to a normal level.
Right.
You're accelerating your T levels.
Yeah, you're already at 900.
Like I have a buddy.
then you do the dose that increases it 500 more. You know.
Yeah, you're trying to get when you're on steroids. You're
Yeah.
getting over 1,000. You're really getting
I
jacked.
don't even know my T level.
Do you care?
I mean, it sounds like all men talk about it now. Like it's just the new.
Yeah, but we
thing.
never did 10 years ago.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
didn't
it's all
know it.
marketing. Every time I watch something on Netflix, they're like, "You're losing your hair, you're losing your erection, and I'm like, man, maybe I should start looking into that. I'm not losing that, but I need to know.
Yeah.
Well, I have a buddy. This was the best trick I ever saw. He got a bunch of just T-ball, testosterone cypionate, like straight steroids. And when you come off of steroids, your testosterone levels are in the shitter because your body was not producing testosterone the entire time you were on the steroids.
Yeah.
So he went and got himself a cycle and fucking jacked himself up, did a full 8-week cycle. And then as soon as he came off of it, he waited a week and then he went to the doctor and said, "Doc, I'd like you to check my testosterone."
Yeah.
Free steroids.
And they were like, "Bro, you're at like a 1.
Yeah.
Like you have no testosterone." And he was like, "Well, fuck, Doc, how much
We
do I
can't
need?"
even spell your name with a T anymore.
But you have all these veins in your arms.
Yeah.
It's very
Oh
strange.
no, he was
But you're yoked. It
Yeah,
doesn't make
he's,
sense.
He's completely yoked. But he did a bunch of research too, and he found a very liberal doctor. And this dude was down in Florida.
Hold on, you're telling me there's doctors that will prescribe things that aren't that you don't necessarily need?
You got
I'm
it.
not going to believe that.
Okay.
He didn't.
And
even,
I get it.
He didn't even have to do all that. He could have just gone to that doctor.
No, but he wanted to really look.
He
no.
wanted to lie to himself.
He should go to Appalachia.
So he goes down to this doctor, and the doctor's like, "Yo, dude, you're at like a 2. So like, we've got to give you a shit ton of this." So now he's got a prescription
For a high dose.
that keeps him at a full like anabolic steroid, not a testosterone replacement level.
Yeah.
An anabolic steroid level, to your point. And this dude, man, I don't know another guy in his late 40s that looks like this. This motherfucker is awesome, but he's got a doc prescribing him now. He's like, nope, you need this level because if we take you off, you'll go down to 2 again.
Yeah.
And we got to keep you at like 900. So he's giving him the amount that should get him to 900, but his body's capable of producing a normal level. So he's really at like 1500. It's
So wait,
pretty impressive.
if you go on testosterone replacement, your body will still produce?
No, but he's got enough that, no, you're right. But they gave him enough to really jack him up. And you're right. He shouldn't be producing. But look, I don't know what the fuck the cycle is.
Your body doesn't stop producing when you go on replacement. Like, it's not on
Well,
or off. I mean, it might.
It kind of is.
It's probably producing less, but it's not. It can't be an on off. That doesn't scientifically make
The
sense.
reason your balls shrivel up is because your body is no longer producing. So, like, that's how you know if you're doing too much.
Yeah.
When your balls completely shrivel up, that's when they've given you so much that your body's like, I don't need to be here. You're right. If
your
you're on
balls
the-
are like,
if
I'm
you're on-
retired.
yeah, if you're on the right level, then your balls should still have some swing bag to them. But if they completely shrivel up, like this dude's biceps are amazing. His testicles are weak
Oh, you've seen?
every time. I go, your traps look awesome. Can I see your nuts?
Can I see that bag?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That is a tight swing bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just shrivel up. And in
But he
fact,
doesn't have to worry about sitting on it.
no, which is nice.
Yeah.
I sit on
It's
all
the
kinds
little
of shit.
things.
Yeah. Aerodynamics.
Yeah.
Sounds
Literally the
awesome.
little things. No, like I know a couple guys who were doing TRT, and they say, yeah, when my balls shriveled up, I knew I was probably getting too much. It's a good sign.
I don't want to do anything that's going to mess with my junk. I'm old fashioned like that.
You're weird.
Yeah.
You're weird. I can't wait till I can do it. As soon as I retire, the day I start collecting Social Security is the day there's a needle in my ass. There's no doubt.
And you're going to have a bunch of tribal tattoos. That'll be sweet.
You get them late in life.
Yeah.
Start with barbed wire.
Like 1996
Everybody knows that.
era tattoos.
I mean, on some level, right? The women that I'm going to be hitting on,
Yeah.
they will probably respond positively to barbed wire and tribal tattoos.
I think tribal tattoos are easy to pick on, but I think there's a lot that still look good just because just a design. It's not like
I think
something
tribal's
corny.
cool. I think tribal's cool.
No, it's like having a, one of those Italian, faux Italian kitchens from 2006. It's like,
You think?
Yeah.
I still like the Italian kitchen. You know what? I'm gonna get a tribal tattoo in an Italian kitchen.
You're telling me George Clooney's full sleeve tribal tattoo from Dusk Till Dawn that starts at his hand and goes all the way up to his neck isn't badass? Because I think that's pretty badass.
Still badass.
Yeah.
So, do we agree barbed wire less than tribal?
I think barbed wire is less than
Are you going to
tribal.
wear an affliction shirt?
Literally nothing but.
You're acting like he doesn't wear affliction shirts.
Nah, I'm Boxer De Rue.
He's Ed Hardy.
The Italian affliction shirts.
Yeah.
Oh, Ed Hardy.
Yeah.
A Von Dutch hat.
I have a Von
This
Dutch hat.
motherfucker has an original Von Dutch
Yeah.
hat from when it was actually super cool, and his is awesome.
Yeah.
You actually need to bring that out again.
I do. It's on my hat rack.
It actually looks super cool. Like he got himself a vintage Von Dutch.
I was like, hell yeah. I didn't have one back then because everybody had one, but then I watched the documentary and I was like, I gotta get me one of those hats. Those things are
Oh,
awesome.
I need to watch that.
If people haven't
It's a good
watched that,
documentary.
like, I don't know what it's called, but like look up that Von Dutch
Yeah.
documentary. It's actually a very good way to piss away 4 episodes.
And it like gets that nostalgia blood flowing. Like you just hear like
Tommy Lee's all over it.
sugar, yeah,
He
sugar.
is.
That butterfly song's playing like the whole time. You're just like, hell yeah, those were the days.
Yeah, like you feel pretty damn
Yeah.
good. You see Paris Hilton like in her
Yeah.
heyday. It was nice, man. Before the Kardashians ruined sex tapes.
Yeah, she played us all. Like she was good at that shit.
I still got a thing for Paris.
Yeah.
Hilton. I always will. It's very odd. But that was like in the early days of the internet to get to see that. Then you found out, it's really quite sad, the situation in which it happened. But, I'm dirty. So
But the name of that tape was the best
Yes.
ever.
One Night in Paris.
I was like, that guy's a douchebag, but god damn it, that was intelligent.
I mean, he was smart, dude. He made Girls Gone Wild.
It's better than like I
One
stayed
night
at a
in-
Hilton last night.
It's better than One Night in China. Did you ever see that one?
Yeah.
What? That's a real thing?
Oh, dude, One Night in China was the
Was that the
wrestler.
name of it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was the wrestler,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
she had like a clit, like a penis.
A clit.
Testosterone.
No, it's testosterone. You do
Yeah.
enough testosterone, your clit comes out like a penis. You get a little micro penis.
Well, she was dating the other wrestler. And he was in the tape, right?
Wasn't she dating like the
trying to
cool like
remember his-
Triple H or something?
Yeah, that's right. It was Triple
That's
H.
so
No,
weird.
it wasn't Triple.
No,
it
Triple
was-
H is who she
it
was with.
X-Pac.
And then she ended up getting with X-Pac, and then
Yeah.
that's where the video. It was a whole thing.
She was handsome.
She looked good in a suit.
I had a buddy who was like a diehard wrestling
Speaking
fan,
of micro penises,
and we all used to rent those pay-per-views because they were quite entertaining in the late 90s, early 2000s.
when you thought it was still real.
No, we
No.
like
We knew it wasn't real.
well, it was real because like they were chucking each other off the top of steel cages like
Oh,
that.
real is a loose term. in
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yes, I agree.
The winning and losing outcome was not, but like,
Yeah, but what they did in the ring.
Oh, yeah,
that's fucked up.
but he was into China, like, and it wasn't a goof. It was like so when that tape came out,
Oh
he was a happy man.
no, it's fighting words. It's fucking crazy. No, that shit was awesome. Like it was very real. All right, I'm gonna switch gears.
Yeah.
Switch gears because this just happened this week, and I know, but this is a throwaway topic.
All right.
so I find it very
It's
interesting.
going to go on for 20 minutes.
No, I don't think it will. Do you see that the wife of the bassist from Weezer is up for attempted murder?
No,
And she got shot.
Yeah. Do you hear the
I know
story about how
nothing of this.
So this just happened like this week.
I think it was yesterday or
Well, no.
day
Now the
before.
attempted murder. So this is crazy. So out in L.A., there's like this police chase, right?
Yeah,
And these dudes are running from the cops, and this one dude, like they get the car in a compromising situation, and
so it's literally like a car chase.
a car chase.
Yeah,
and the dudes have to jump out, right? So one of the dudes gets out and he's running through yards, and he realizes, okay, I gotta blend in.
Yeah.
So his logic is, I'm gonna strip down,
yeah,
so I'm in my boxers, but I'm gonna jump in this pool,
yeah.
so it looks like I've just been swimming.
Kind of smart.
It's not the worst plan I've ever heard.
Well, when you're looking for a bad guy and you see a guy spring through a yard, you're like, that's him. Or if you see the guy lounging on the chair,
yeah, and he's
you're like,
wet.
yeah,
And he's sitting there in his underwear, but
Yeah.
it could be a bathing suit. You're not thinking too much. So
Yeah.
his logic was, this is my move.
yeah.
Well, the wife of the bassist from Weezer, she hears all this commotion. She sees all the cops. She sees all this shit happening because this is now in her neighborhood. And she's scared.
Yeah.
So she grabs her gun and she comes out and she's got her gun drawn.
And so the guy's in the pool?
No. To the cops.
Oh, snap.
But she's like, what are you doing? You know, get out of here. And they're like, lower your gun. And she doesn't lower her gun. She's like, no, like, I'm scared. You have your guns up at me.
Yeah. Were they not?
One thing leads
Is
to
there
another.
video of this?
I don't know.
Did they look like cops?
Yeah, they're cops.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why. She should definitely put her gun down.
Yeah.
So she's like, no, I don't trust this. You know, like lower your guns. They're like, fuck you. And they fucking shoot her.
And
Wow.
she fired at them once.
Oh, she fired at them?
Yeah.
Oh, well, this changes the story a good bit. Why the fuck did she fire at the cops? Ooh, not thinking. So they shot her in the shoulder. And then now they've got to they arrest the guy. Now they've got her and another person. But now she's up for attempted murder
Of a cop.
of a cop because all this shit came to her neighborhood and she panicked and pulled out a gun.
I wonder if she
I didn't know
got-
she shot the fucking gun.
That's the attempted murder.
No, I just
Yeah.
thought pointing it.
No,
when I read
that
it,
would be
there was no mention of a gunshot. She shot at him.
That's the attempted murder.
Yeah. If you point a gun at someone, that's not attempted murder.
Say it ain't so.
It's so.
It's a
You-
Weezer-
Oh, that was good. That was good. You got me.
You're supposed to sing it.
I should have.
Yeah.
I should have.
Dude, that's wild, but I mean, that'll get dropped, right?
I don't know if if she shot. No.
Apparently, they have video of her repeatedly ignoring the commands.
Yeah.
And then she shot?
They frown upon that. But I mean,
oh, there's meth involved.
in her defense, like, she was obviously scared.
Oh, she was scared.
But really, if
I
you're
don't know. She looks
There's
like
cops in your yard.
well, you're looking for trouble, because if you're truly scared, you lock your doors and you stay inside.
She looks like the type that would really appreciate a tribal tattoo.
She probably
honestly, no, she's kind of sexy and
Oh, of
kind
course.
no, but she's also kind of like skeevy.
yeah.
She's an interesting bird.
She probably looks exactly like what I would think the bassist for Weezer's wife would look like.
Yeah. Okay.
I
mean,
thought she would be nerdy-ish.
No, she's hot.
Nah,
and skeevy.
they're still rock stars.
But he's also the bassist. It's not like
Bassists tend to be cool.
Here you go.
That's
Troy.
rhythm section. Oh yeah, I'm
it's
into that.
exactly what she looks. You thought, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
look at those bad tattoos.
Yeah.
You mean awesome tattoos?
Dude, come on, dude. Like she'd get it.
Yeah.
And by that I mean a
Actually,
gunshot.
Yeah.
To the shoulder.
Her arm actually looks like an Ed Hardy shirt.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's perfect.
I'm hoping she got shot in the other arm, so she didn't mess up that arm.
Oh yeah, that's true because her other arm's completely clear. Do we know which arm she was shot in?
I do not know that.
Oh, they could have fucked up everything.
Yeah.
It's thousands of dollars. Well, to an attempt.
She should have stayed inside, though, honestly.
Or you come out with your gun, which I think is fine. You're on your property. You come out with your gun, and you're like, what is going on? And the cops say, there's a criminal on the loose. And then she goes, holy shit, am I safe? And then puts the gun down instead of pointing it, instead of escalating and shooting at a cop.
I think that cop will get.
Okay, Dave. Jeez, he's fucking ants
know.
in the pants.
I think the cop will get mocked by his buddies,
have
though. Like, you
3
shot that chick. Like, what were you thinking, dude?
yeah.
She shot at me. That's what he's thinking.
He's probably thinking, I got a free one here.
That's true. Oh, then my sister can marry the bassist from
That's
Weezer. We
right.
can be rich. Oh, I think he's got it over here, Troy. I don't know what he's
Oh,
got going on
do.
over here.
Gosh, this better be a slam dunk deli for
Okay,
as excited as
these are
this guy is.
okay. These are Surfside.
No, I'm excited that I'm going to have like 3 ounces of 3 drinks. It's going to be like
Oh, so this is his excuse. I get it. I
Yeah.
respect it. Okay, so it's
Do I need 3 cups or?
yeah,
Yeah. So these are the Surfside iced tea
6 cups.
and vodkas. So it's
One is iced tea and vodka. One is lemonade and vodka.
well, 2 of them are
And
iced
one-
teas. Oh,
yeah.
one of them's an Arnold
And-
Palmer.
Not wasting all these
Stepped all
cups.
over me.
Sorry, dude. I was fucking excited. Can't us all be excited? What the?
No.
Dave
this
is
guy.
very-
Who is this guy?
What the fuck is going on?
He
I want to
co-hosts
drink.
He co-hosts one episode, and he's just
Yeah.
walking all over everybody now.
He's like, Troy, stay in your lane.
I say we do one at a time.
Yeah. I think we do the plain iced tea first,
Then the lemonade.
then the lemonade, and then the Arnold Palmer.
Yeah.
All right, open one.
Okay, let's get these cracking. We have.
It's a cool looking. There were cool looking cans.
Yeah, as far as
That's
a
enough.
cool
What is
looking-
that one?
Surfside is the brand.
What's that one called? Iced tea.
Yeah, this is just iced tea and vodka. Surfside
Oh,
iced tea and
these are
vodka.
vodka drinks.
They're all vodka drinks. All right, so here's our Surfside iced tea and vodka. Now, here's what I can tell you what I'm worried about. All of these iced teas, in my mind, tend to be too sweet.
Says proudly made with stateside vodka, which I've never heard of.
It's made in the States.
4.5%. Dude, this can is dope. All these cans are dope.
This drink's not.
No shit. It's
Well,
a-
the vodka has like a.
The vodka, like normally those vodka drinks, you don't taste vodka, and I know vodka.
No, I taste-
flavorless and
I
flavor-
taste
but
vodka here.
Yeah, there's an overwhelming. It makes the tea taste bad.
But I actually prefer this to like. You ever had hoop tea?
no.
So Hoop Tea's got the best looking can in the game, and they sell it at music festivals now. And I love a Hoop Tea in the right moment, but Hoop Tea is less than
Is that alcoholic?
than just the original hard tea.
It's hard to beat a non-alcoholic brisk tea.
Well, yeah, but those like the original.
This tastes
hard,
like an alcoholic brisk tea.
exactly.
Yeah.
You taste the vodka in
Yeah.
there for
Yeah.
sure.
Tastes like a brisk iced tea that you poured vodka in.
It's not awful, but I think my mind was going to brisk without being boozy. But
Actually, now that I've had my second sip, I actually prefer this to like a hard tea, a twisted tea.
Yeah.
And I love a twisted tea. Like I drink the shit out of twisted teas. But what twisted tea managed to do is make it literally taste like a brisk iced tea, a sweet tea. I actually like it now that I've got my second sip in. Okay.
I think the Arnold Palmer will be better.
Now let's try the lemonade. See what's up.
I thought that was pretty tasty.
It's not horrible, but it's just a little offsetting to me.
Okay. Well,
Maybe my expectations are too high.
let me fix the glitch for you. Troy, is this clear?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see what's up with the tea. I mean, the lemonade.
Oh, that's delicious.
That does not suck.
It's not too
But it's not
tart,
too sweet.
Not
Which
too
one-
sweet.
which one's this?
Not too
Just
tart.
lemonade and vodka.
Okay.
Surfside lemonade and vodka. Ooh, I tell you,
Good.
that is.
I'm going to sell this at the corner by my kids.
I'm gonna be on the corner buying.
That's pretty good.
That's fucking tasty, dude. Because it's not too sweet.
It's like
It's a
tastes
perfect iced tea.
It tastes
I mean,
like
a perfect.
It tastes like
lemonade.
a lemonade that's been cut, but you don't taste the booze. It just tastes like it's been cut with water or something.
Yeah, it's like slightly weaker, slightly less sweet, slightly less tart, like
I like that a lot.
but better than like a lemon seltzer.
As far as lemonade and vodkas go, what are we dealing with?
because
from,
lemonade's usually too sweet and too tart, like
Right.
you were saying. This is like the dialed in version. Is that still 4.5?
I'm trying to figure out all the stats on this because now I want to know like how many carbs, how many calories. Are we even trying to get into that universe? Where
That's
we
probably on the box.
Can, but can we compete with a seltzer?
100 calories?
How many carbs?
3 carbs.
Fuck me.
That's the Arnold Palmer. Let me see.
The iced tea is 100 calories, 3 carbs,
Same with the
0 fat.
lemonade.
Okay, so
So this is the equivalent to a light beer.
it's also the equivalent of a slightly sweetened seltzer.
Yeah.
So this plays in a very nice area. Huh. So this is a stevia-based drink.
But it's no more alcohol. For it being a vodka drink, it's only 4.5, which is kind of weird.
Are we ready to move on to the next load?
I am.
I'm keeping this lemonade over here.
Oh.
Oh, are we going to rank these?
Well, I'm going to give it a general
I
ranking.
think you can rank the set, kind of like those holiday sets that we did.
But, like, are we going to put our favorites? That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, sure. I'll give you my favorite. So far, I can tell you here's how it goes. Lemonade, iced tea.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you. Which one's this? This is the Arnold Palmer?
Yep.
This is the mix of the two.
This before I even taste it, I would drink an Arnold Palmer before I would drink a lemonade or an iced tea.
I totally agree with you.
I think coming off of the lemonade, it mutes the lemonade in the Arnold Palmer.
Well, you're not an Arnold Palmer guy because this thing is fucking the truth.
I'm clearing my palate. I'm going back for more.
Okay. This is a very difficult deli because we're dealing in the beer range. And that's very difficult. So we're going to have to somehow remove. All right, hold on.
Do you remember what any seltzers have scored in the past? Like roughly,
Yeah. In fact, we had a whole seltzer off one time.
right?
Where we went through all the seltzers. And I think the Corona seltzers did very well, if I remember correctly. And so did the Mick Ultra seltzer.
Did they get like 4s and stuff?
Yeah, but we ranked them within their own universe, and which just made for a better tasting.
I just had a sip of just the tea.
The tea actually, fuck, man,
Tea's better after you've gone through the
no doubt,
ringer.
right? All of a sudden, I'm like, there's no vodka in here.
Now I'm going straight from tea to Arnold Palmer.
I'm not going back and trying them.
That's fine. I am. Can I get that Arnold Palmer? Right over there.
This is the lemonade.
Oh, got it. Thank you. This is. My opinion has changed a little bit. I need another lemonade hit. Well, I'm going to be drunk because I just powered
Do you
through.
kind of agree that the Arnold Palmer has less lemonade than you would typically expect?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think a proper Arnold Palmer is mostly tea with a.
And
I thought
that's actually how I make them.
Oh, I thought it was
But
50-50.
I go.
No, everybody thinks that, but they're.
That's my problem. I'm used to that.
If you watch Arnold Palmer, there's actually a commercial where he makes one. He basically like 2/3 of the
Splashes
cup,
it.
then a splash of lemonade, and then like another topper of.
So when I'm in like Jersey Mike's, I always get the unsweet lemonade, and then I just hit the fountain or unsweet iced tea.
Yeah.
And then I hit it with that pink lemonade and just let it create the flavor, like that little sweetness. I tell you, I've been through these all now, and my opinion has changed a little bit because the iced tea and vodka is actually way better than it was on the front end.
Yeah.
Like when it was the first shocking, like, what are we doing coming out
Yeah.
of beer? It was a little like eye-opening. But I think the reason we didn't taste the vodka in the others is because we'd already adapted with the iced tea and vodka. It's really hard to actually differentiate between the two. I think, okay, let's do an overall score across Surfside vodka drinks.
I could score them all the same score,
Interesting.
right?
If I'm going to put these in the seltzer universe, is that probably the closest?
I would say it's
Or do
more-
we put them in like the hard tea universe?
But it's a liquor drink.
I don't think we have like these vodka things and this seltzer thing. I think that it's all not beer.
It's a seltzer can.
But yeah, they're all that shaped can is a category.
Okay, here's what's up for me. These Surfside vodka drinks are not too sweet. And I appreciate
Love
that.
it. Great.
Because I actually like a hard seltzer for the fact that it's not overly sweet and I get some flavor and I catch a buzz and like that's a good time. But these have enough sweetness that I know I'm dealing with a sweet tea or a lemonade or an Arnold Palmer without being overly sweet. And that is a fine line that I don't think a lot of people are doing. Everyone's going sweet.
Yep.
They're like, here's your twisted tea.
Right.
And it's fucking super sweet.
That's why I never got into twisted teas. They're always too sweet for me.
It's too
like
sweet.
I like the taste, and then like by the second or third one, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, it's just too much. Whereas this, I don't think I'm ever going to feel that way. And because of that, I'm a fan of these, and there's no way I can go less than a 4. And I could argue you could possibly go higher when putting it into that universe.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit at a 4. I'm going to let it be right there, but I am a fan of Surfside vodka drinks. This will be drank this summer.
Yeah.
These will be kept in the fridge. There's no doubt in my mind. If I don't want a beer and I don't want a cider, but a seltzer is just not enough fun, this is something else entirely. Tubing trips,
Yes.
boats.
Hot
This is a
and wet.
4, and I could see a 4.5 come out of this. This is damn near perfect.
That's
This
definitely
is-
poolside. Like,
This is a dope ass
Yeah.
drink. I'm a 4.
Yeah,
do you want to rank them?
If I'm gonna rank them, I'm gonna go Arnold Palmer's the way to go. I'm gonna shock the world and say iced tea and then lemonade. Which going in, we were all lemonade. If I'm gonna rank them,
so I don't know how you can make these any better.
Yeah.
that's why I felt almost bad giving it a 4.
Right, which would be a 5, but it just doesn't feel natural
To give anything a 5.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel natural to go above a 4.
Yeah.
So I'm,
But could you go 4.5?
yeah. If in the pre-writing down our score days, if everyone's like, "This is a 5," I'd be like, "Well, I don't know, I was just 4.5." Without qualm, right?
If I said 4.5, you wouldn't have balked though. You would
No,
have been
not
like,
at all.
I get
I'm
it.
not going to argue if either one of you had said 4.5. I wasn't going to argue that.
Yeah.
But I'm with Dave when he says it just doesn't feel right going above a 4. It
Right.
just doesn't.
For a non-beer.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's that tasty.
Yeah. No, these are great. Like I give the entire pack. I strongly recommend you buy. I
Yeah.
got these at Costco, so probably saved a few bucks.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you're going to a pool or a beach or a lake, you should pick up at least one of these 18 packs or whatever it was. And as far as ranking goes, it's tough for me. I really do like the lemonade.
Yeah, and that's how good they are. It's hard to even.
Yeah, but at the same point, I could see myself getting fatigued on that, and then it's good to have these other ones to reset your palate. So I would go Arnold Palmer 2 and regular iced tea 3, but I would consume them all, and I would consume them. I wouldn't just consume all the lemonades first and then move on to the next. I would be mixing them.
Mixing them up would be fun.
Yeah.
What's your overall ranking?
I'm just gonna stay with a 4, but it's a strong 4.
Yeah.
God, I kind of want a 4.5 to come out of Troy's mouth, but he could 3 us.
I'm
There's no way
definitely.
it goes lower than 3.
I'm sticking with the 4. I agree with both of your arguments. Like, there's nothing wrong with them, but also it's a
foo drink.
yeah, it's a weird drink, but it's also all 3 of them are delicious. I would say if I had to rank them, and it's probably personal preference. Like I said, as a disclaimer, I like Arnold Palmer's.
Yeah.
So that's going to be my 1. But then I would have the other 2 as 2A and 2B, like tied. Like they're both
So
equally
there is
good.
no way to rank.
When you talk about does everyone like it, I can't see anyone
Not like
who likes
one of
alcohol,
These. Yeah.
whether it's beer or wine or liquor or seltzers, that would be like, oh, I can't do any one of these 3.
I can see a lot of teenage kids
Oh yeah.
fucking pounding these.
Well, yeah,
That
I mean,
is-
they all pound Twisted Teas when they were cool.
Yeah, but this is not.
You could also you could also add those to any like a lemonade that you like. Just pour some of that in there.
This is a wild drink, and everything just went loopy.
I could totally pour that straight tea into a little bit of lemonade.
Why not? Yeah, make that your own Palmer.
You're at the beach, you're getting your to-go drink. You're like, oh, just make it a lemonade.
I'll just get an unsweet tea and pop the lemonade in it.
Well, there you go.
See, that's the
Yeah.
other. I'll flip it the other way.
Right.
That is a tasty treat, Dave. You picked a definite winner. Here's how I would recommend this: buy these for your wife or your girl,
And drink them all.
and then enjoy them.
Yeah.
Don't buy them for yourself. You're a man. But buy them for your girl.
Yeah.
They're cool cans too.
They're.
Have y'all heard of Stateside vodka?
I don't know that it sounds familiar, but I've never had it.
I don't ever recall, and obviously I haven't been in a liquor store in a few
They're out
years,
of
but
Philly.
I don't recall seeing them in liquor stores.
Yeah, but it's a name I feel like I've heard. I'm like, yeah, Stateside vodka, but I've never tried it.
That's impressive. Good work, Dave.
Well, here you go, Brendan. I'll give you 3 unopened ones.
No, don't. Here, you just.
No, just to keep your...
I have a nice
Just to
tea
throw in the
just to
fridge.
throw in the fridge.
Oh, yeah, we'll drink it. Oh, that one's yours.
I got a bunch more at home.
He chose that one. Dave's over here just like, I might have a drink. That's pretty fucking good, dude. Those are very nice.
So,
Very tropical. Speaking of cruises and tropical, have you guys ever stopped to consider where Cheeseburger in Paradise was written or what it was written about? Has this ever even like been an issue for you?
no.
No, it's a great song. Just enjoyed it.
Just enjoyed it. Just let it be.
Yeah. I feel like I've heard the story,
It's
but I
probably
can't
in
recall
Key
it.
West.
There's a million stories. That's the problem.
Oh, so like people are trying to claim it.
Yeah, it's been claimed
Yeah.
many times. So I had a belief that I went to the place where Cheeseburger in Paradise was written. And I have a reason to believe that.
Because they had a sign?
So you've heard this story.
No.
No.
But it's like the world's best coffee in Elf.
So so there's a place in Cabbage Key, which is in Florida. It's off of Upper Captiva, kind of tucked back in this area, and
But it's in the chain of the Keys.
call it Fort Myers area.
Oh, okay. So it's inland.
Yeah. Gulf.
Yeah.
So call it Fort Myers, and there's a little thing called Cabbage Key, and Cabbage Key is really unique because the Indians that used to live there used to just eat oysters all the time, and like half of the fucking island is actually oyster shell.
Yeah.
Because for like centuries,
That's how Bimini was. There were literally piles of conch shells everywhere.
Yeah.
Like they had them in there used as like on their walls and in their columns and stuff.
because why wouldn't you? It's
Yeah.
just trash. Like it's here and it holds up. So like half of this thing is that. Now I'm partial to Cabbage Key because I like turtles and they got these like tortoises that
And
burrow.
cabbage.
Love cabbage. Actually, do not like cabbage. Had cabbage tonight. Weird, but sidebar. But so there's this place called like the Cabbage Key Inn, and it's this little restaurant that sits on it. And the first time Jimmy Buffett ever sang the song in a concert, he dedicated it to the Cabbage Key Inn, which implies that
He wrote it about that place.
yeah, and when you go in there, they have they're like this is where he was when it happened.
Marketing.
Sure, right? So I've always been a believer that the Cabbage Key Inn was the place that had the origination of the cheeseburger in paradise. But I started doing some more dives on it.
Just because?
I think coming out of spring break of
Yeah.
Jimmy Buffett vibes. I don't know. I just was like, actually, you know what it was? I had a buddy who had put a Facebook post and he was with these French dudes and he'd been surfing and he was like, here I am enjoying a cheeseburger at the place where the cheeseburger in paradise came from. And I'm like, well, that's not right.
Was he in Tortola?
He was in St. Bart's.
Then Brendan's like, that can't be true because I'm the only one that's been to that.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I started looking into it and I've narrowed it to the top, like,
Oh, so you haven't locked this down.
no, because it is difficult to lock down.
I'm surprised he hadn't said it
That's where it even gets more fucked
because
up.
he said 8 different ways.
That's where it gets more confusing. Okay. So
Let's call him up.
in Tortola in the British Virgin Islands, it's funny you bring that up, Dave. That is a place where in an interview, Jimmy Buffett said, this is where it's from. So like kind of and the story goes that there was they were sailing and the boat got kind of like damaged and it was difficult and they kind of had to limp back to an island and in Tortola they had like pulled off and that he smelled the burgers coming off
And he
was-
hadn't eaten in a few days.
that's what I'm saying. He was just smelling the burgers and he was dreaming of like, please God. So when they limped into port, they went in, they got a cheeseburger and he was like,
Best thing I ever had.
best thing I ever had, cheeseburger in paradise. Now, the Cabbage Key place, because these two are the top two. So it's funny you brought up Tortola because the Cabbage Key one and that are the ones that will show up. If you Google it, these two will show up kind of
Leaders in the clubhouse.
for sure. For sure. The Cabbage Key story is that he'd been bouncing around in this area and he was writing songs and he went in there and he the fucked up thing, he signed a
Dollar bill.
dollar bill and he put it on the wall. He dedicated the first time he sang it to the Cabbage Key Inn. So you've got all of these incidents of him dedicating it and signing the dollar bill and doing all these things. But then you have him telling a story of going to Tortulo and telling this story about a shipwreck situation. Then you've got another one about him in the Bahamas where there's a place called Ma Ruby's. And originally he talked to some dude in 84 before the song ever came out. And he was like, I was inspired by
Well,
that.
it came out in 78.
In 78? Mm-hmm. This story comes from 84. Maybe this is when the dude told the story. Who knows? This dude tells a story that says Jimmy Buffett tells him it's about that little shack right there. I came in and it's the same story. The boat was marooned. I came in.
So Jimmy
smelled a
Buffett is
burger.
Kaiser Soze.
Kind of, right?
Or he was stoned and drunk on rum.
He was on Broad Street and he pointed at McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Then there's
every place he gets asked about, he just
Right.
points across the street. It was that one.
then I started looking. I was like,
TGI Fridays.
I was like, what's this French connection? Because why does my buddy think he's in the place? Turns out that St. Bart's also says that they invented it, that this is where it came
Yeah.
from. And there's a whole story behind that. And a lot of these stories involve sailing vessels that are kind of defunct.
They're all fucking wrong because we all know 100% it came from Margaritaville.
Well, we know that now.
Yeah, that's where you go to get a cheeseburger in paradise. That's the only official one.
Now, there's a wild card. When Ken Jennings was hosting Jeopardy, they asked the contestants, like,
He still is hosting Jeopardy.
yes, but while he's hosting,
Yeah.
I'm saying, A.T. after Trebek.
Gotcha.
It's timeline AT. So we're in the Ken Jennings era. And there's a place in the Bahamas where a Jeopardy contestant came on and they were like, you know, what's special about you? And he was like, my grandmother made a burger that was so good that it inspired Jimmy Buffett to write the song Cheeseburger in Paradise.
Interesting.
And that's a place called Ma Ruby's in the Bahamas. So we've got all these conflicting, and the one that I find the least plausible, because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
La Select.
No, the Paradise Valley, the bar in Livingston, Montana, which is completely landlocked.
But that makes sense. In paradise.
And Jimmy Buffett had a house there, and he always went back there, and he loved it there, and that was his landlocked place. So Paradise Valley,
That's awesome.
in Montana, is also claiming fame to it. So I'm conflicted because I've gone around going, I've been to Cabbage Key, I've had the burger,
Yeah.
but I feel like the signs point more so
To Montana.
to this. Yes, to Montana. No, to Tortulo in the British Virgin Islands, because he said it in an interview. But there is documented multiple times where he has said other places, and he said it's inspiration. And then by the end of his life, he was talking about, I mean, everybody's had a cheeseburger in paradise, you know. So it's
Yeah.
like it's kind of lost its.
It's everywhere, man.
It's what you wanted to
Yeah.
be,
It's your
man.
paradise.
Yeah, I think over time. But so those are the places that I would be willing to say. The Roadtown Tortula in the British Virgin Islands, Cabbage Key restaurant in Florida, La Select in St. Bart's,
The
Ma
romantic-
Ruby's in the Bahama, and bar in Livingston called Paradise Valley or whatever.
The romantic version is you want to think it's actual paradise. So, like, Cabbage Key is not, like, cool enough as Tortuga.
You also
Like,
want to think that that song was inspired by
A moment in time.
By a moment in time. Not
Yes.
just, man, I'm sitting here in whatever
Paradise, Montana.
area and I could really go for a cheeseburger. Instead, everyone's like, the one bite of this burger made this song happen, which is
Yeah.
bullshit. And that's why I bet Jimmy Buffett.
There's probably a better chance that he literally was eating a good burger or wanted a good burger at that joint in Paradise, Montana. Was like, man, I really can't wait to get to my house in Paradise and have a cheeseburger. And then
It's
was like,
I would be eating a cheeseburger in paradise.
yeah. And then he's like, but I'm in Paradise now while I'm sailing around the Caribbean islands. And let me just write a song.
It's I don't know the
It's
answer.
funny you're like,
It's pissing
caught
me
up
off
in this.
because he's dead.
yeah.
And I can't.
What?
Oh.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, bad news. He's dead.
Oh.
Yeah, awkward.
No more new music, I guess.
He hasn't put out anything good in years.
Playing the hits.
I'm conflicted because I truly believed that my Cabbage Key thing and
Still believe it.
it shows up if you Google it. Like
Yeah.
it argues with that Tortula place. Like they are the two. He dedicated the song to it. The first time he played it, he's like, "This is a song about this place." On stage, Unquestionable did it.
Well, the fact
Then
that
in
he's
an interview said it was Tortula.
That's like every groupie that's like, he said I was the one.
Yeah.
You gotta wonder what's going on here.
No, you don't.
So which one is it?
Lip service.
Which
Yeah.
one is it?
None of them.
None of them.
Because if
None of them.
If there was one, he would have stuck with that story.
I tell you, I saw a picture of the one where there's the guy in '84 who like.
You know
was
what acid
interviewed.
does when you're a songwriter?
Yeah.
He doesn't do acid.
He did it all.
Jimmy Buffett, no, a drug? Jimmy Buffett,
It was a buffet of drugs.
no. We're taking marijuana out of the drug category. He did no drugs.
Nancy Reagan has something to say about that.
Nancy Reagan, best blowjob ever. Show her fucking respect. No
The
woman sucked a
throat
better
goat.
dick. No one. She is the goat.
Yeah.
No better dick
Goat
sucker
throat.
in the world. He said throat goat.
Yeah.
He said goat throat.
It works both ways.
I believe she could.
Good for her.
I don't know. I was drinking these paradise drinks. I was thinking about your cruise.
Yeah.
Been all worked up all day. I don't know why.
You wanted a cheeseburger.
I did want a cheeseburger.
Dude, speaking of getting worked up, so we get home from the cruise and it's like, I guess y'all had great weather while I was gone,
I was gone. I
And-
was gone to a lot of it too.
and it got warm here,
Sure.
and it was warm when we got home. So like we went to turn the AC on, and it was running, but it was not pumping out cold air.
Bro, mine too.
So I'm like, we have this outdoor unit that's been repaired 15, 16, 17 years ago. And then the indoor unit's even older. And every couple of years I've had to get somebody out to like put Freon or R22 in it. Like
Do
it's got a
something.
leak somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's a few $100. So call our buddy, Herman Allen, to come take a look. And I knew this day was coming, but I was not looking forward to it.
Oh.
And they're like, I tell them what's up. The guy's like, yeah, they phased that out in 2020. Like, we don't even carry R22. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, you can probably call around, but it's going to be like $300-$400 a pound, and you need like 7 pounds of it. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess time to bite the bullet here.
Don't. Do you know how much that costs? Well, you do now.
Well, yeah, we're getting a whole new HVAC system inside and out.
You have one unit, right?
Yes.
Thank God.
And it's going to cost me over 12 grand.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
So, I mean, yeah, I'm not, I don't feel like I'm getting taken advantage of, but
No,
I'm just like,
but
that
there's-
cuts deep.
So I just had mine replaced. I have 2 units,
Yeah.
upstairs and downstairs unit. And we got back from spring break. We cut on the AC. Downstairs was chilly and nice.
Yeah.
And upstairs was not. And
What's new?
it's 5 years or less. Like, new enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You don't
Like,
get it serviced every year?
We get it serviced. Yes, we do. But we hadn't had any issues.
I didn't know you were supposed to get your HVAC service every year.
Well, I thought
Ever.
it was a racket, but hearing you say you pump $300 or $400 every couple of years, I'm like, oh, well, it's about the same as getting it serviced.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. So we would get ours serviced, but I don't recall if we got it serviced last year. Maybe a little. But either way, it didn't cut on. And so we got the guy out here to look at it. And this motherfucker looks at it and he's like, yo, I can't even run a pressure test because there's no Freon in your system.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, oh, that's not good. And I'm like, so what are we looking at here? And he was like, this could be like a $3,500 problem, but I don't even know until I come back out here, fill it with Freon or fill it with some,
Yeah.
so that I can then pressurize it and see what the hell's happening. And I don't have the stuff here. He's like, so I got to do that. And he's like, oh, and by the way, when I was out in your garage and I was looking at the air handler, he's like, you had like a fire happen or something, but it didn't like spread.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, apparently this thing's all fucked up. So back in the day, there was a 60 gauge wire going to a 10 gauge wire
Ooh.
because it wouldn't stretch to the circuit breaker.
Yeah.
Oh, it wouldn't stretch to the spot and inside the air handler. So the dude literally just cut some 10 wire and ran it to it.
found some speaker wire lying around. He's like,
yeah.
this'll do.
And he was like, and to top it off, he's like, it goes from copper to aluminum.
Oh my God.
Which is like a whole nother problem.
Yeah.
So now it's like you're dealing with different ability to carry the electricity. I was like, what the fuck? He shows me a picture. I was like, fuck me. So I call my buddy, his electrician, comes out. So I'm already $200 into like just having my buddy come out and fix all the wiring that was going on because everything melted. The caps they screwed on melted. I was like, I'm
You're
just
lucky
glad.
you didn't burn your house down.
Yeah, and honestly, that's how I'm looking at it. I'm like, $200, thank God. It was $180.
Well,
And I was like,
I'm trying to spend this too. Like, at least like after this weekend, it got cool. So I'm like, all right, well, at least I'm not swaying to death in my house right now.
Yeah.
And the guy came out literally an hour and a half after the service guy was there, gave me a quote, and he was out on Wednesday, and then it's going to be installed one Wednesday later. So like, I'm just happy that it's going to be taken care of, and it's not like the middle of August
They
right
pushed
now.
you way ahead of me. That's funny. They pushed you way ahead of me because you're a bigger ticket. I'm just a repair job.
Yeah.
You're a whole new HVAC.
Well,
they're coming out. My guy doesn't come back out till Thursday.
You have a secondary unit, so like
I do, but
because like right now I don't have heat or AC in my house.
oh, you're dead.
Yeah,
Yeah. So they prioritize you. This is a triage situation.
yeah,
I totally understand that. That actually makes a lot of sense because we don't even have the guy coming out to run the test till the next time we record.
yeah,
But it also won't be hot.
yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. Isn't that funny? The seasons change, and you're like, oh, look at all the gremlins.
And the guy's like, "Do you have a problem with temperature? Because like I have one unit, and I really should have two because of the upstairs downstairs thing." I was like, "Well, it's always a few degrees warmer upstairs." He's like, "Well, I can't promise you a new unit's going to fix that." I was like, "Well, one, it's not going to make it worse because one, oh, he told me this too. So when my outdoor unit got fixed, it was through the home warranty." So they put a new unit, and I knew nothing about all this stuff. He tells me, he's like, yeah, that outdoor unit really doesn't go with your indoor unit. He's like, it's kind of like you're using Ford parts in a Chevy. Like, it'll work, but it's not really designed. And I'm like, well, that sucks.
Yeah, it's like rigged.
Then for the past 10 years, I've had a slow leak, so it's never been running efficiently, and it's jerry-rigged. So I was like, well, I'll have a brand new unit that's not jerry-rigged, and not leaking. So I'm assuming things will be a lot better in here.
It's going to be better, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it can't carry it. But yes,
I've defended 3 low bidders for home warranties.
Yeah.
Those guys fucked everything up.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've heard they replaced their HVAC unit and their hot water heater, and I was in love with them, and then it went off the rails, and then I just got rid of it because I was like, we got our money's worth by the time it was said and done, but I don't think it ultimately, I think it's more of a scam than anything.
I had one case where it was a like new construction home, and the AC went out 3 years later.
Yeah.
Or the furnace went out, and the one that was there was like 99% efficient, and like, you know, didn't have any soot that came out or anything.
Yeah.
And the home warranty guy replaced it with an 80% efficient, which like belches soot. And it was
because all they have to do is fix it. Like, they're not saying like for like, they're just like, you want it working, we're making it work.
right. This is what your $100 is paying for.
Yeah.
So he got a brand new unit, but it was not designed. And when you have different efficiencies, you have to run the pipes at different angles depending on this and that. Well, long story short, this thing was
Building up all kinds of
just
crud.
belching out smoke in his crawl space.
Oh my
and
God.
going through the floors
What?
into the house. It was a shit show.
that sounds cool.
Settled that case.
Yeah, they didn't want
Settled that.
they didn't want to go to court. Surprise, surprise.
Why not? Because the dude's got the black lung.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this guy, this person suing was trying to blame his kid's ADHD on it.
Oh Lord.
My kids were fine until this. I'm like,
Yeah.
how long ago was this? He's 3 months.
Yeah.
And then they got diagnosed with ADHD. I'm like, show me the medical records and let's talk
Yeah.
about it.
When they tie that directly back to your inefficient.
Hearsay.
Where's my special button?
Yeah, you haven't dropped the.
He hasn't earned it.
Oh, is it going to come out tonight, or might we have to wait?
It's 1:20 in.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm damn near willing to cut it.
yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's just Troy and I. Jeez, I'm crow. Dave and I out here, just crushing topics all night.
It's another
Yeah, I'm messing y'all up, I
Yeah,
guess.
you guys are fucking up the flow, man.
My bad.
a strong endorsement for Surfside vodka.
Dude, I won't lie. I had gone out to dinner and I had 2 beers, and then I had a beer with my wife, and then you guys were late, so I just sat here and had another beer. I was 4 drinks in before we started.
Oh, I did get 3 years 0% financing, so I was like, I'll do that.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
When those guys came in. I used Terminal.
Yeah,
And so I did the same thing, and I had it paid off before I ended
Yep.
up having to pay it, and I was like, that was great. It was like a tolerable bill.
yeah.
Yeah, it felt good. I tell you, hey, you going with the touchscreen?
We already have one smart
What kind?
Cincy.
Okay, so I have the Lennox, the iLennox, the
Uh-huh.
iHome. That thing is unbelievably unreliable.
Yeah,
I ain't never seen anything like it. And when I bought it, in Herman Allen's defense,
Linux is the high end of the stuff
I get it.
because I went with Carrier. It's the middle grade.
But the plumber,
Swore by Linux.
no, he goes, I don't think I'd get that. And I was like, it's kind of a badass touchscreen. I was like, I kind of
Brendan,
want this.
once again, going with the high end. Like,
But do you have the iPhone app?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, then why do you need the touchscreen?
Because the touchscreen, it shows me what the weather's doing outside.
So does this app.
No, when I walk by, the screen
Why would you walk
in
by
my
the screen?
house,
Yeah.
when I walk by the screen in my house, it's raining or it's sunny.
Yeah, that's what this does.
No, it does all the stuff, and it's beautiful.
My screen, I don't even walk by because it's in a corner of a room that we never even go
I
in.
can set it up to be a photo album, so it just shows photos.
Oh, that's really cool.
Oh, 3-inch by 3-inch family portraits.
no,
Awesome.
bro, mine's the size of an iPad.
Oh my god.
No, I got the big dog.
You are a sucker, dude. You
No,
are such a sucker.
I'm not a sucker.
It's only $1,100 more.
There's a difference between a sucker and an idiot. When the plumber looks at you and says, "I wouldn't do that," and you go, "I'm gonna do that," that's
That
not a
makes you-
sucker move.
now
That's
you're-
an idiot. It's different.
Yeah.
Right. Sucker's the guy that just overpays for everything.
No,
guy-
the sucker's the guy who buys into the shitty salesperson.
Yeah.
The salesperson said, "Do not," and
The
I said,
idiot-
"Don't you tell me
The
what to do."
idiot doesn't listen to that salesperson.
Exactly. I'm
No,
an
he
idiot.
was. My guy was like,
This seems pretty fairly priced. Do you have anything more expensive?
Since I got it, I am 3 generations
behind
upgraded because
Oh.
it has failed.
that many times.
And I've been like, the fucking screen's not working.
Yeah.
Or I've been like, it no longer connects to Wi-Fi. What the hell is this? And then they come out and they go, well, it is under warranty, but
But
we came out here and we have to install it, so it's $200. So I keep getting hit for like $200 or $300
Nice.
every time they change my like $1,000 screen.
Right.
So I'm getting the screen.
But
for
look at the
free.
detail in these raindrops.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, you have no idea.
look at these pictures.
This is so HD. It's beautiful.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I always
When it
put
works.
I put it in the sleep mode because I don't want to burn out the screen because I'm
Yeah,
gonna have
yeah,
it
yeah.
forever. I should really get to the point where I'm like, fuck it, burn the screen.
Yeah.
Because they have these 2-year warranties and I cannot get to 2 years. Ever.
My guy, the salesman's like, "Do you like your thermostat?" I was like, "Yeah, it works perfectly." He's like, "Well, we can reuse it and save you a few $100." I was like, "What are we talking about?" Like, then
Yeah.
yes, like what?
See, because you're not a sucker
Yeah.
or an idiot.
Yeah.
And I stand by the fact that I am not
Then
a
he's
sucker.
like, "It's over here in this room that you guys don't go in. You could put it on the wall that's right over your couch in your main living room." And I'm like, "Yeah, my wife's not gonna go for that." Like,
As soon as I come up my stairs, I see a big screen telling me what it looks like outside.
I'm impressed.
And then just before the 2-year mark, this thing,
Shit's all over the place.
these motherfuckers do not understand planned obsolescence. You're supposed to wait until after the warranty runs out,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
and then go out.
But it only costs
mine-
them $150 and they're charging you $200.
Tariff me, bro. I'm saving. Actually, I'm going to start making money. I'm no longer going to be a sucker or an idiot. I'm going to be a genius because I keep getting these things replaced. It's insane. I'm 3 generations
The
beyond
only
when I
cool
bought it.
thing about any of those smart ones are like ours does all kinds of stuff. We used to try to use it all. The only thing we really use it for is turning it on and off remotely.
Well, I do like that feature.
Yeah, like
I'm on
we used
vacation
to
and
set
go, does it have
schedules
to be
up
72?
and all that. It's like no, it's like, oh, I forgot to turn it off. We're gonna be gone for the weekend. Go on your phone, turn it off, and then set an alarm or a reminder 3 days later. Turn it back on when you're 2 hours away, and the house cools
House
back
is
off
perfect.
again. Yeah,
Yeah. No,
But you schedule it during the week while you're there, right?
we just have the thermostat set.
I work from home, so it's
Yeah.
always comfortable.
I like it cooler at night.
So does my wife.
I like it cooler at night too, but since our HVAC has always been shitty, we just don't.
It's
try
always
to-
been cool at night.
Does your wife like it
We ju-
cooler at night?
Yes.
We just don't try to make it work.
Trying to
too
find a
much.
wife swap with someone who likes it a little bit warmer.
I thought everybody liked sleeping when it was cool.
I like it to be like 72. My wife likes it down like 68.
Yep.
There's a difference,
Oh, there's a big difference, like 4 degrees.
but 4 degrees matters.
Yeah,
It should.
Science says you sleep better when you're cold.
I get that.
Yeah,
But I'm like, I'd rather just have a sheet on me. Like
I'd rather have like extra blankets on me.
yeah. Hey, you love sleeping with my wife and 2 dogs. It's fucking super hot in
Yeah.
that bed, but cold everywhere else.
Yeah,
Breathing cold air. She'll get a fan going. It's
Yes.
fans are nice.
The best.
fuck. I am the weirdo.
Yeah, you are. You're the
What
outlier.
the fuck? It's horrible when you start saying things and then you realize no one else agrees with you.
Well, at least you can sleep comfortably in a hotel. Like, I don't bring a fan, on
Yeah,
a business trip.
me
And I'm
either.
like, oh, man, I need a breeze in here.
I don't sleep comfortably anywhere
I
except my own
don't.
house anymore. Like I can be in a nice hotel with a king size bed by myself, and I just don't sleep well.
I don't sleep well in hotels regardless.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's something about my body just knows I'm at home and I sleep better.
I woke up the other day. We were in our house in spring break and there was a storm outside. And this is how I'm in way too many hotels. I heard this like clap of thunder, but it rolled like way longer than it should have. Talking about like 7-second, like. And I woke up and I was like, somebody fell down the stairs. And then I was like, oh, wait, I'm not at home. And I was like, they fell down the stairs in the hotel. And then I kept hearing them falling. And I was like, fuck, they're still falling. And I was like, holy shit. And like I got up because I was like, I got to go find the body. Like, I got to go help this person. And I'm like getting out of bed and I'm like, I'm in a house in Florida. But all I heard was somebody falling down the stairs in a hotel with like a refrigerator. It was very odd. Little sidebar.
Yeah, I don't sleep well anywhere anymore.
Well, we should all go home.
Yes.
We should
Agreed.
just stop recording and
Good
go
idea.
home.
It is that time.
It's about that time, right?
Yep.
What do I have to do to earn that button? What are the parameters?
You'll get there. You'll get there. You're capable of it, but tonight you kind of sat back in the cut a little more. You didn't. You know who earns this? The button that is there, the mystery button. It's Stu's button,
Oh.
and you're doing too good of a job, Dave. You're failing me.
I'll try harder.
Be more like Stu.
No, try less. That's
I'll
how you get.
try harder to be worse. I feel like I'm less funny.
Continue.
That's not possible.
Ever since I no longer have the mental lubrication.
Don't sell yourself short. You're a huge slouch.
I agree.
Yeah.
He's this huge slouch. Tell us more about it.
And action.
So you think because you're not drinking, you're not as funny?
I just feel a little off. Too serious.
Continue.
Well, you were yeah. Oh, yeah, the button lined up. Well, you said it. Remember we were at the White Knight's house and I made a joke, a typical Dave joke,
Okay.
but I whispered the punchline. And you're like, "Oh!"
That was the only difference I've
Yeah.
ever seen in Dave.
Oh, Dave would have screamed it.
Yeah. He would have confidently delivered it,
Yeah.
but he was like sheepish about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, Oh, that's the first time I've seen a difference.
You can say that's what she said as loud as you want.
Oh, Dave doesn't say that's what she said. He says weird shit like, whoa, she shouldn't have worn that. He's a fucking piece of shit.
She had it coming.
Yeah, he's a real piece of shit. But now he like understands that he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different.
Yeah. He can't say, I'm playing a character.
Right.
I'm playing a piece of shit character.
Yeah, your character's gone.
Right. I don't like it.
That is what
You
it
have to
is.
be accountable now. Oh, man.
He has to remember it.
Oh. That's why I can't sleep well in hotels. What did I say?
I have inhibitions.
It's sad. See, you're not going to do it. I'm going to let it go. You nailed it.
That's a tease because I don't even know what this is.
You do because you've heard it before. But
Oh.
wait, now I'm completely out of sorts.
Uh-oh.
Bank C, back to Bank B. We're good.
And we're back.
Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. We certainly do appreciate it.
Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, welcome back, Troy.
We needed the guardrails.
Lord knows, Dave and I are not suited for this.
No, y'all did fine.
But if you're looking for a mortgage, I know someone who is suited for that. And that is the guys over at Screen Door Mortgage. I'm talking about Jimmy in particular.
Yeah, they are pretty good at that.
They're the best. Now, assuming you're
They're the best?
you're suited
Can we
for
say
it,
that?
the best at customer service.
Yes, we can say that.
We can say that. Now, this is assuming that you live in Virginia or Georgia, because that's the only place they do mortgages. If you don't live in Virginia or Georgia, fucking good luck. I can say that, right?
Move.
Yeah. Move to Virginia or Georgia and reach out to Screen Door Mortgage. They will help you out with your mortgage.
Yeah.
If you need sunglasses,
No-brainer.
get over Nectar Sunglasses. Now, that only works in certain states, and those states are all the states. Welcome home.
USA.
If you live,
Probably works overseas.
it does work overseas,
Yeah.
actually. We're just going to have to pay shipping
Yep.
and potentially tariffs on the other end of that journey.
Cross that bridge when we get there.
We will. Right now,
Yeah.
supplies are good.
That's
and
right.
All is well. Don't worry about it. Head over to nectarsunglasses.com and drop ITPH in the coupon code. They will take care of you. Outside of that, if you got too much discretionary money, you've already bought sunglasses, you already got your mortgage, and now's the time to consider sending money to us
At
on Venmo.
Inside the Pallet House.
Yes, that's what I would do. And if you have topics for us, reach out to us at insidethepallethouse@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Whatever it is you're thinking about, your theories on where the cheeseburger in paradise was actually born. Do you have a grandmother who said that she sucked Jimmy Buffett's dick and gave him a cheeseburger?
Is Dave really less funny?
I'd like to know.
Yeah.
I'd like to know.
I think I came out too hot a year ago.
But no one liked that.
I thought you were going back to hot.
I liked it. That's all that matters.
I guess so.
I like me.
People like me.
People like me. Great speech.
Yeah. Gosh darn it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll talk next week. Cheers.
Cheers. That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
Think so.
Now that I'm back.
The original title was Sloppy Seconds in Paradise.
With an upside down pineapple.